Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm going to do exponential equations with you. Alright guys, so for us to be able to do exponential equations, we need to know exponents very well. Alright, so an exponential equation is simply an equation in which an unknown variable appears in the exponent. Okay. To solve an exponential equation, we need to organize both sides, try to bring them to the same basis. Simply, if the bases are the same, then the powers are also the same. So guys, as we understand from the name also, exponential equations means the equation in the exponent part of the question. All right, so as we can see, guys, here right at the bottom, it says if x over x to the power of a equals to x to the power of b, then a equals to b. So the first thing, guys, that we need to do when we are doing exponential equations, we have to make the bases the same. Then the rest of the question will be very easy, because once we get the same basis, then we look at the exponents and then we make the equation in the exponent. Okay, so let's look at this question here. As you can see, there is an example here. Right, it says solve for x if 5 to the power of x equals to 25. Guys, exponential equations, we are working with exponents. So in the question, if we see something that is not in the form of an exponent, the first thing we need to do is to make it in the form of an exponent. So when we look at here, 5 to the power of x it is an exponent, but 25 is a whole number. It's not written as an exponent. So what I'm going to do is this. I need to see what 25 is when I write it as an exponent. So 25 is 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is, guys, 5 to the power of 2. Remember when we did exponents, we did say that when we look at an exponent, guys, we have the base and we have exponent. The exponent tells us how many times we multiply the base. So when I say 5 to the power of 2, basically what I mean is 5 times 5. I need to multiply 5 by itself 2 times. So 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so as you can see here, 5 to the power of x equals 2, 5 to the power of 2. I wrote 25 as an exponent and it became 5 to the power of 2. So as you can see, I have now, my bases are the same, 5 and 5. Then remember, we said exponential equation is equation in the exponent. So for the first term, my exponent is x. The second term, my exponent is 2. X equals to 2. Okay. Okay, it's not difficult. We just need to be a bit careful when we are doing the questions. Okay. Right, look, if we look at here, guys, okay, as you can see here, we said a to the power of b equals to c. The c is going to be the result, guys, right? A is the base, okay, and b is exponent. A is the base, b is exponent. Okay, then c is the result. Say, for example, if A was 2 and B was 3, then it would have been 2 to the power of 3, means I need to multiply the base, which is 2, 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 will be 8. So my result would have been 8. Okay. Now when we look at in this box, guys, it says a to the power of 0 is 1 when a is not equal to 0, because if a is 0, 0 to the power of 0, it will be undefined. Okay, then a to the power of 0 is 1, right? 0 power of everything is 1, as long as your base is not 0. As we said just now, 0 to the power of 0 is undefined, and other than that, 0 power of everything is going to be 1. Okay, a to the power of 1 is a to the power of 1 is a, because the first power of every number is that number itself, or it can be an object. The first power of that object is the object itself. The first power of the number is the number itself. Okay, a to the power of n equals to a times a times a times a. As you can see, it continues like that. Guys, the n means the number of the times. A is the base, and n tells us how many times we multiply the base. So imagine if this n was 3, a to the power of 3 means 3 times we must multiply a times a times a. Okay. Okay, you should remember these rules, guys, from exponents, because we did all of this when we did exponents. All right, so let's continue. Okay, as you can see, there are more rules here. All right, so we see a to the power of m times a to the power of n equals to a to the power of m plus n. This means, guys, the multiplication rule in exponents, right? When the bases are the same, we add the powers. My bases are the same, a and a. So what I'm going to do is I'll add the powers. So a to the power of m times a to the power of n equals to a to the power of m plus n. I need to add the powers. So then the division rule is this: a to the power of m is divided by a to the power of n. Then I'm going to say equals to a to the power of m minus n. Remember, we take the power in the denominator, we subtract it from the power in numerator. So m will be the power in numerator, n will be the power in denominator. That's why I'll take m, subtract it from m, a to the power of m minus n. All right, and then we have this rule here, a to the power of x in the bracket, and then I have to the power of y, right? So that equals to a to the power of x times y. Guys, this is called the power of power. Remember, the power of power will be multiplied. So a to the power of x is a term inside the bracket. Y is the power of what is inside the bracket. The one inside the bracket, I have a to the power of x. So I'm going to multiply the power of a, which is x, with the power of the bracket, which is y. So it's going to be a to the power of x times y. All right. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I have more rules here, but from these rules, I'm just going to speak about only a few of them, the ones we've done in class. The others are a bit advanced for grade 9 students. Okay, the first one, guys, a to the power of negative 1. Remember, the negative power, guys, is 1 over a to the power of positive power. As you can see, it says a to the power of negative 1 equals to 1 over a. You can say 1 over a to the power of 1, but remember we said the first power of everything is that thing itself. So that's why I don't need to write a to the power of 1, because that is a. Right, so when we see the negative power, guys, we're going to say 1 over positive power. All right, then, okay, we have this rule here. In the bracket, I have a times b to the power of n. Remember, guys, when we said there is a power on the bracket, the power of the bracket is the power of all the terms inside the bracket. What I have inside the bracket here, it's a times b. So that means this n here is power of a, and then it's power of b. So I'm going to say a times b inside the bracket to the power of n equals to a to the power of n times b to the power of n. Okay, and this rule here, guys, is a over b to the power of n, right? A over b to the power of n equals to a to the power of n, right, divided by b to the power of n. Okay, it's a division, guys, right? This n again, it's the power of the bracket. In the brackets I have a divided by b. So this n, the power of n is power of a, and also it's power of b. So a to the power of n divided by a to the b to the power of n. All right. Okay, there are a few questions here. You can test yourself. You can see where you're standing with this. I'm just gonna do two of them. You can do the rest. So solve these equations, right? Since we are doing the exponential equation, guys. You see here, I have 2 to the power of x. I need to find what x is. 2 to the power of x equals to 8. Again, guys, the 8 is not in the form of an exponent. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write 8 as an exponent. And the other thing is, guys, remember we need to make sure that we have the same basis. So I'm going to write 8 as an exponent, right? And the base must be 2. So 8 is, guys, the third power of 2. 2 to the power of 3, basically. So 2 to the power of 3 is 2 times 2 times 2. That is it. So now I'm going to say 2 to the power of x equals to 2 to the power of 3. Now if 2 and 2, then x will be equals to 3. Okay, the same thing, this one and this are the same. 2 to the power of x equals to 32. I now need to write 32 as an exponent, and 32 is, guys, the fifth power of 2. So 2 to the power of 5. So if I say 5 times, I say 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 and times 2. That will be 32. So it will be 2 to the power of x equals to 2 to the power of 5. So when then once I have the same basis, I'm going to do my equation with the exponents. X will be equals to 5. Okay, these two questions, guys, you can look at them, you can try to solve them. If you don't come right with it, then you can, okay, send me a WhatsApp voice note, or you can take the picture and send it to me. I know what you are speaking about. Okay, but I'm sure you can do these questions. Right, let's look at the next slide, see what we have. Okay, so guys, now, as you can see, guys, we have few examples here. I need to explain all of this here. Right, guys, it says solve for x. As you can see, 9 to the power of 2x minus 1 equals to 27. Remember, guys, we said we're gonna write the whole numbers as an exponent so that we can actually solve this question. We can do our equation. So when I look at that, guys, 27 is 3 to the power of 3, guys. You need to remember and you need to memorize this, guys. Actually, you need to know when you look at 27, you must be able to say, no, that is 3 to the power of 3. You mustn't sit and think, okay, what is this? What is that? Right. And then 9 to the power of 2x minus 1, we said equals to 27, and I want to write 27 as an exponent, becomes 3 to the power of 3. Now, remember when we're doing the exponential equation, guys, our bases have to be the same. So now, 27 can be written as 3 to the power of 3, but here I have 9, so what I'm going to do is, this 9 also must be written on the base of 3. Then 9 is 3 to the power of 2. 3 times 3 is 9. So then it becomes like this, guys. When you continue with the question, it's going to be 3 to the power of 2, which is for 9. And again, we have the power of 2x minus 1 equals to 3 to the power of 3. Well, in the book it says 3 to the power of 3 to the power of x. No, that is wrong. Just ignore this x. Right. Then, okay, it's going to be, remember this 2 guys, the power of power will be multiplied. The power in the bracket is 2. The power on the bracket is 2x minus 1. So 2 times 2x will be 4x. 2 times negative 1 will be negative 2. So 4x minus 2 equals to 3. It's not 3x, guys. Like I said, in this, there's a mistake in the book. It's just 3 to the power of 3. Right. Then 4x minus 2 equals to 3. Right. And then I will take it's just a normal equation from now on. 4x minus 2 equals to 3. Take this negative 2 to other side of equation. It's going to change sign. It becomes positive 2. So 4x equals to 5. Then x will be 5 over 4. Okay, this is wrong, guys, in the book. You just need to splash this and write the correct answer. It's going to be 5 over 4. All right, let's look at the example 2, guys. Let's solve for x. 2 to the power of x minus 2 equals to 256. Guys, it is very important for you to learn, right, until the 10th power of 2, the perfect square, guys. So 2 to the power of 0 is 1, guys. 2 to the power of 2 is 2 to the power of 1 is 2. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 2 to the power of 5 is 32. 2 to the power of 6 is 64. 2 to the power of 7 is 128. 2 to the power of 8 is 256. 2 to the power of 5 is 512. 2 to the power of 10 is 1024. You have to memorize this, guys, to make things easier for yourself. Right, let's continue. It says, guys, remember we said what we need to do is the bases. They have to be the same. So 2 to the power of x minus 2 equals 2. Now 256, I wrote it as an exponent, became 2 to the power of 8. So my bases are the same, so I'm going to do the equation with in the powers. So x minus 2 equals to 8. Then x equals to, take this negative to this side, it's going to be positive 2. So x equals to 8 plus 2, which will be 10. So x is 10. Okay, I'm going to be a bit quick, guys. I don't want to waste time on this because it's same type questions. Okay, it says solve for x. 3 to the power of x equals to 1 over 27. Guys, 1 over 27. The easiest trick here, you need to figure it out, guys, when you look at it. 27 is 3 to the power of 3, right? Now it is 1 over 27. Then if you write 3 to the power of negative 3, then you're going to be, remember we said 1 over the positive power. Then it's going to be 1 over 3 to the power of 3, which is 27. So 1 over 27 is basically, guys, is 3 to the power of negative 3. Then it's going to be like this. 3 to the power of x equals to 3 to the power of negative 3. The bases are the same. X equals to negative 3. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Right, now I have 3 to the power of x times 3 to the power of x plus 1 equals to 9. Guys, 3 to the power of x times 3 to the power of x. Let's first solve this part of the question. Guys, remember the exponents multiplication rule I've showed you just now. When we have the same basis, we have to add the powers. So 3 and 3, remember, look at here, see, the bases are the same. Then I will add the powers, x plus 1. So 3 to the power of x plus 1, right, equals to 9 is a whole number. I need to write this also as an exponent. Then 9 is, if you write it as an exponent, it is 3 to the power of 2, right? So now x plus 1 is this power here is going to be 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1 equals to 2. Guys, as you can see now, once I get the same basis, I'm just going to work with the powers. Okay, so x plus 1 is 2x plus 1 equals to 2, right? So 3 to the power of 2, guys. I'm working with the powers, so it 2x plus 1 equals to 2. Then 2x will be, take this 1 to this side. It's going to be minus 1. 2x equals 2. 2 minus 1 will be 1. Then x equals 2, 1 over 2. Okay, let's look at this question here. All right, so this question says solve for x, a to the power of x equals to x to a to the power of x times 4 to the power of x minus 2 equals to 1. All right, so then we say we can, both sides can be written as power of 2, 8. If I write it on the base of 2, guys, it's going to be 2 to the power of 3. Then to the power of x, as you can see, 2 to the power of 3, I dot for x, then power of x. So 3 times x will be 3x, 2 to the power of 3x. Then 4 to the power of x minus 2, 4 can be written as 2 to the power of 2, then times x to the power of x minus 2. So 2 times x minus 2 is 2x minus 4. Then 1, guys, so I wrote all these two terms here, guys, on the base of 2. So then this base here must also be 2. Remember, we make the bases have to be the same. Then the 0 power of 2 is 1. So I can write this also 2 to the power of 0. Then add the powers here, guys. See, right? 3x plus 2x minus 4. 3x plus 2x minus 4 equals to 0. Okay. Then we have 5x minus 4 equals to 0. Right? 2x plus 3x plus 2x is 5x minus 4. Take this 4 to the other side of the equation, it will be positive 4. So 5x equals to 4 and x equals to 4 over 5. Okay, so which of these is an exponential equation? I'm sure you can figure it out, guys. Right? X to the power of 2 is 25. Remember, 25 will be written as 5 to the power of 2. Right? Then 5 to the power of x is equals to 25. So 5 to the power of 2, we can write it as 25 can be written as 5 to the power of 2. 5 to the power of x, then x equals to 2. So it is an exponential equation. Okay, let me just show with the flashlight. Guys, as you can see, this is an exponential equation. 5 to the power of x equals to 25. 25 is a whole number. If we write it as an exponent, it becomes 5 to the power of 2. The bases are the same, so x will be equal to 2. Okay. Right, let me continue. You can look at the other options. You can figure out what they are. All right, guys. I've done this question here in the book. The rest of the questions will be your homework, right? On task 14, your textbook, page 35. The questions I've solved already, right, are these ones. I'm going to go through the solutions now. The rest of the question will be your homework. Okay, let's quickly look at the solution of these questions. All right, so, right, guys. Okay. Let's do this question. Guys, the question 1 says, okay, 3 to the power of x equals to 27. Guys, 27 is a whole number. I'm going to write it as an exponent. It becomes 3 to the power of 3. Now I have the same basis, so x will be equals to 3. 4 to the power of x equals to 8, guys. Right? So 4 and 8. 4 is 2 to the power of 2. 8 is 2 to the power of 3. You can see here. So there's another power on 4. So I wrote it as 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x. So 2 times x, the power of power will be multiplied. 2 times x will be 2x. That equals to 2 to the power of 3. So 2, guys, now I have As you can see, the same basis, 2 and 2. So the power is 2x, the power is 3. So 2x equals to 3, then x will be equals to 3 over 2. Okay. And 1c, guys, will go 5 to the power of x plus 1 times 125 to the power of x equals to 1. Right, so guys, 5 to the power of x plus 1 times 125 can be written as an exponent, which is going to be 5 to the power of 3 to the power of x. All right, then this 1 here, guys, equals to 1. Remember, now we are writing everything on the base of 5. So then this is going to be 5 to the power of 0, which will be 1. All right, so then 5 to the power of x plus 1 times 5 to the power of 3x. Right, x plus 1 plus 3x, and you add them together, that will be 4x plus 1 equals to 5 to the power of 0, which is 1. So 4x plus 1 equals to 0, right? Then 4x equals to negative 1, x will be negative 1 over 4. Okay, the answer looks a bit long, but it's not difficult. You mustn't get confused, you mustn't make mistakes when you are solving this question. All right. 1d is 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of x plus 1 equals to 8. Again, guys, base is 2, so this 8 also can be written as 2 to the power of 3. So all my bases will be the same, then I can work with the exponents. Right, so 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of x plus 1, the same basis, we add the powers, so x plus 1, right, equals to 2 to the power of 3. So 2x plus 1 equals to 3, guys. Remember multiplication, we add the powers, x plus 1 is 2x plus 1 equals to, right? The power is 3 here. So 2x plus 1 equals to 3, right? Then 2x will be, take this 1 to the outside of equation, 3 minus 1 will be 2. So divide both sides by 2, x will be 1. So 2x equals 2, then x will be 1. All right, 1e. 27 to the power of x plus 1 equals to 81. Guys, again, 27 also can be written as an exponent, which is going to be 3 to the power of 3. In the bracket, now there is the power of x plus 1. So 3 times x will be 3x, plus 3 times 1 will be 3. So this power will be 3x plus 3. 81 is, guys, the third power of 3, which is 3 to the power of 4. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So here my power is 3x plus 3 equals to 81. We said if we write it as exponent, it's going to be 3 to the power of 4. Now my power is 4. So 3x plus 3 equals to 4. 3x equals to, take this 3 to the other side of equation, will be minus 3. So 3x equals to 4 minus 3, which will be 1. X equals to 1 over 3. Okay, 1f. Okay, so 5 times 2 to the power of negative x plus 1 equals to 40. Okay, this question is a bit different comparing to the other question, guys, but it's again not difficult. The only thing you need to remember is, guys, you see now here, the 5 times 2 to the power of negative x plus 1 equals to 40. If I simplify this, because there's a multiplication here, guys, the inverse operation of multiplication is division. So 5 and 40, they are coefficients. If I simplify them, divide both sides by 5. So 5 divided by 5 will be 1 times 2 to the power of negative x plus 1 equals to 40 divided by 5 is 8. So this equation is basically, guys, 2 to the power of negative x plus 1 equals to 8. Now I need to work on this. 8, I have to write this also as an exponent, which is going to be 2 to the power of 3. So then it's going to be 2 to the power of negative x plus 1 equals to 2 to the power of 3. Okay, this is my question now. Now I have the same basis, 2 and 2. I'm just going to work with the powers. So negative x plus 1 equals to 3. Then I'm going to take this 1 to the other side of equation. I didn't say for the other question, guys. Remember now when we're doing the equations, you should remember this. We collect the unknowns one side and the knowns one side. That's why I have to move this 1 to the other side of equation. Okay, because it's known and the unknown is negative x. I'm going to leave it alone. Right, so then negative x plus 1 equals 2. Okay, look at here now. Negative x plus 1, 2 to the power of negative x plus 1 equals 2 to the power of 3. Then negative x plus 1 equals to 3. Then I have to send this 1 to the other side. So negative x will be equals to, take this 1 to the other side. 3 minus 1 will be 2. So divide both sides by negative 1. Then x will be equals to negative 2, because negative x divided by negative 1, guys, negative divided by negative will be positive, so x will be positive. 2 divided by negative 1, positive divided by negative is going to be negative, so answer is going to be negative 2. All right, so this was all, guys, for today. The rest of the questions will be your homework. Please do all those questions, and if you're struggling with any of the questions, please just send it to me, then I'll solve it and send it back to you. And then if we are sorted with this topic, guys, then next week I will be continuing with the stats. All right, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.